Welcome. It's Time Warner Cable's local edition. We're in the San Gabriel Valley today, and we are joined by Karen Davis. She is the mayor of Glendora. I will admit, as I speak about El Nino throughout the state, I think about you and Glendora, and the reason is there were some serious fires in Glendora, the Colby fire, January 2014, and what I've learned is that when there's a fire, mudslides become a serious risk, and while we haven't had that much rain, we still could. And so how are you and your community doing?
We are doing well so far because the rains have not been quite as extensive as we all thought they'd be by this time, but we know that there's still more rain to come. But a lot of the preparation done both by the city, the county, and then the residents as well has really helped with what rain we have had.
Right, so what should we continue to do for those of us living in the foothills or wherever? I mean, look, flood could happen anywhere, but what's your sense?
First and foremost, don't put away the umbrella.
Right, for sure.
And those galoshes.
Right,
keep
for
them
sure.
out. Then if you have sandbags, K-rails, other preventative measures, don't take those down yet. So even though it's a little warm outside the last few weeks, that we still want folks to be aware and alert and monitor the weather all the time.
And that warmth dries out the foothills and makes risk of mudslide even greater because now
the earth begins to dry and crack and then it can come down in big
cascade
clumps.
right off.
Right.
I want to shift gears, if I may, and talk to you about homelessness. As you may know, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development came out with a report just at the end of last year. LA County is now really the poster child for homelessness throughout the nation. We have more homeless than even New York County, New York City, I should say. California has 12% of the U.S. population, 21% of homeless. What are you saying here in the San Gabriel Valley?
Well, and to connect those two subjects, the civil grand jury had inquired with cities in the LA County about what were we doing to prepare for taking care of the homeless in terms of El Nino. So that was one of the things that all of us have had to look at is that population because they're very vulnerable and at risk. But no, we do know that it's not just city by city because that doesn't seem to solve the problem. It has to be a regional approach. And I know LA County has been trying to take the lead in getting cities to work together. We in Glendora have reached out to our neighbors. One way in which we've done that is a regional approach by working with some of the nonprofit organizations that have a regional outreach and trying to address those issues and look at affordable housing, transitional housing, and then also a big piece of that is mental health. And so our city, along with 3 other cities, has partnered in adding a mental health evaluation team to our police department because that is a big advantage to try to meet that head on.
What we have learned is often the faith community can play a critical role in the homeless crisis. I know your day job is part of the faith community, so it must be nice, I hope, you're able to marry your public life and your private life. Is that working well here in Glendora?
Yes, and that's where we're trying to take that lead by using the nonprofits and the faith community to see what resources are out there to partner with the public resources.
And when you talk about mental health, obviously a critical element in this equation, but so often you have folks, they may not want services. They're homeless, but they just are service resistant. Are you facing those challenges?
Yes, and at the same time, by trying to meet them where they're at and give them those services and build those relationships, by having this mental health evaluation team now, our clinician is able to go out with officers. They even dress in a different uniform so they're not quite as intimidating, and that they begin to build those relationships, because when you have those relationships, then you can begin to work the solutions.
Her name is Karen Davis. She is the mayor of beautiful Glendora, California. My name is Brad Pomerance. Stay safe. This is Time Warner Cable's local edition.